one's Jesus.
All right. What's it called?
A book.
What kind of book?
Day, two of them were walking to the village Emmaus, about 7 miles out of Jerusalem. They were deep in conversation over all these things that had happened. In the middle of their talk and questions, Jesus came up and walked along them, but they were not able to recognize who he was.
So one day, 2 disciples left the city of where? Jerusalem. And they set out on what? Set out for Emmaus. And were they riding a train? No. What were they doing? Walking. Walking on a what? A road that's kind of like this one. And as they were walking, what happened? So a stranger comes, starts talking, and do they know who the stranger is? No. And then this stranger opens something for them. What does the stranger open for them? Yeah, the scriptures, and teaches them. But they still don't really know who it is, do they? No. When is it that they know who it is? When he breaks the bread. And now, where does he break bread? Something must happen. Does he break bread while they're still walking on the road? Ah. Hey, Graham, what happened when they broke the bread? Do you know? That Sally said they
recognized Jesus.
They did.
He cut the bread into pieces, so he gave him and him a piece. So.
And what happened when they had the bread? Do you know?
Ate it.
They ate it. They ate it.
Hi, everybody. We are telling the story today about the 2 people on the road. Can you say hi?
Hi.
So there are 2 people. They've built a road out of, what is this? Matchbox car track. So I'll show you. It starts up there, and then it goes down and ends about right there. So the story we learned where there were 2 people on the road, and yeah, they were talking about how they don't believe that Jesus has risen from the tomb. Then they don't believe that he is alive. Then what happens? Chandler, do you remember what happens? What happens? They don't think Jesus is alive, but then they meet someone and they what?
Come in there, and he says, come in, and that's really Jesus.
Yeah, so the someone they meet, they think it's someone else, but it's really Jesus. And they invite him in for dinner. And then the 2 men that don't believe Jesus is alive actually meet Jesus. Because they have a message for you as well from their cars. So let's see. All right, Chandler, let's see. Show us Jesus. So Chandler's picked this car. That car is Jesus. Why is it Jesus?
Because it's silver.
It's silver and what? Super
Fast.
super fast. And what does it represent? How
Love.
fast Jesus' love enters your heart. All right, let's see it. So he's going to show us how fast Jesus' love can enter our heart. Woo!
Hold on, there's
Super
another
fast.
one.
But they have learned from the story. So thank you, Mekong. Thank you, church
All
family.
right. So what just happened? Who won?
Me.
And how'd you win?
I rolled the dice and then moved the exact spaces. And if you get Jesus is alive, you have another person has to ask you a question about the story.
Did you get those questions right?
Mhm.
So that meant what? If you get the question right, what happens?
You get to stay where you are, but if you get it wrong, you have to go back to where you were.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Sally, what happens if the person lands on bread? What happens if your person lands on bread? Do you remember? They get to move forward. How many spaces?
2.
2 spaces. You're right. And then, hey, Graham, what happens if you land on the cross? Do you remember?
You get to go in front of the leader.
What do you mean you get to go in front of the leader? You get to do what? Take their
Place.
place. You get to be number 1.
Dear God,
Dear God,
we thank you
we thank you
for giving us happiness
for giving us happiness
and showing us your way and your light,
Mommy,
and for entering our hearts
I didn't.
as fast as the cars fly down the road.
As fast as the cars fly down the road.
Amen.
Jesus loves me, this I know.